The QR code explosion has really taken off as a result of the pandemic. We've seen, obviously, as you mentioned, at restaurants, at places like conferences, QR codes popping up everywhere. And yes, they've been around for a better part of 10 years, but I think really the pandemic is what kind of set this off. In fact, at the elementary school around the corner from me, parents check their kids in every morning on their smartphones using QR codes. So it's important to point out, though, that like any kind of technology, they can be abused by criminals who want to basically steal your information or steal your cash. And so there's a few ways that you can still use QR codes for their convenience while also being safe. So I want to break that down for you. Let's start off with the basics. When you scan a QR code, essentially what it's doing is opening up a website. It stands for quick reference. And so it's going to quickly reference a website, an app, something along those lines. If you're going to a restaurant and you scan a QR code, it's just going to open a website for that restaurant's menu. So when you do scan a QR code, it's important to make sure that the URL that you're going to matches what you want it to go to. So if you're at a restaurant and it's a URL for, a business page or, a menu page, then that's what you want to see in the URL. If it's for, deposit or something like that in the URL, or FedEx for some reason, a lot of people like to spoof that, then it's not something that you want to go to. So make sure the URL matches the site that you want it to. The other thing, and this is kind of interesting, is make sure there's no stickers on that QR code. The QR code is usually a sticker in and of itself, but a lot of times, according to the FBI at least, criminals are altering those QR codes. So they'll slap a sticker on top of the existing one. And then that could be a site that either downloads malicious apps on your device or tries to suck up your information. So you want to take a look at those. There was a report out of, I can't remember the state, but it was at a parking facility where someone blanketed the parking facility QR codes with their own fraudulent ones and then ended up stealing money from people as they entered their information for the parking times. So really strange stuff that we're seeing there. Just make sure that the sticker that you are using for your QR code is the right one and it's not something that's been slapped on top. And at that elementary school, by the way, I saw the same thing. Someone slapped some stickers on those QR codes with some fraudulent ones. One of the other things to keep in mind is if you don't have to enter your private information in a QR code, don't. So when you go to that website that the QR code launches, you can try to ensure that you can look for the standard website, go to it yourself, navigate to it yourself through your browser, rather than through the QR code. Because again, they can be undermined by criminals who can make similar looking sites that are designed to steal your data, just like what happened in that parking situation. So make sure that if you're going to have to enter your payment information or any kind of personal information, try to go through your web browser itself rather than the QR code. And finally, there's something now called quishing, which is a word that I kind of just like saying, quishing, and it's QR code phishing scams via email. So what criminals will do is send you an email with the QR code in it and then try to get you to click on or rather scan those QR codes. And then naturally what those will do will try to download some kind of malicious app on your phone or device or try to get you to enter your information and then steal it. So this is the most basic thing. If you get a QR code in an email, don't do anything with it. There's no reason why you should be getting a QR code in your email. If it's for a website that you can go to, then just go to that website. Don't pull out your phone and scan it. Just simply go to the website itself. So avoid QR codes in your email entirely. I do just like saying quishing, though.